A time of change and upheaval. The late 19th century was a time of immense change and upheaval in the United States. The Industrial Revolution transformed the economy and society. Cities expanded rapidly and new technologies emerged. In this century of change, a new political movement arose: populism. The People's Party, a coalition of the disenfranchised. The populist movement, also known as the People's Party, was a coalition of farmers and reformers who felt marginalized by the economic and social changes of their time. They were frustrated by the corruption of politicians and the declining prices of their crops. They believed that the government wasn't protecting the interests of ordinary people. The currency issue: gold standard versus bimetallism. One of the key issues driving the populist movement was currency. The United States was on the gold standard, which meant the dollar's value was tied to the price of gold. This made it difficult for farmers to get loans and pay off debts as crop values declined while the dollar's value remained high. The populists advocated for a bimetallic standard, which allowed the dollar to be backed by both gold and silver. This would increase the money supply and ease farmers' financial burdens. Transportation issues. Railroad regulation. Transportation was another key issue. Farmers were at the mercy of the railroads, which charged exorbitant rates to transport their crops. The populists advocated for government regulation of the railroads to ensure the fair rates and prevent discrimination against small farmers. Social justice. The populist movement also had a strong social justice component. They advocated for the rights of workers and minorities. They supported the 8-hour workday, the right to unionize, women's suffrage, and opposed discrimination against African Americans and other minorities. The peak and decline of populism. The populist movement peaked in the 1890s. In 1892, the People's Party held its first national convention and nominated James P. Weaver for president. Weaver received over 1 million votes but didn't win. However, the populists significantly impacted American politics. Many of their ideas, such as the graduated income tax and the direct election of senators, were eventually adopted. The movement ultimately didn't achieve all its goals. The People's Party disbanded in the early 20th century, and many members joined the Democratic Party. The lasting legacy of populism. The populist movement left a lasting legacy. It demonstrated that ordinary people could organize and challenge the power of elites. It also helped shape the progressive movement of the early 20th century. The populist movement was a phenomenon driven by numerous factors, including economic hardship, labor issues, social injustice, and political corruption. It was also shaped by the unique historical context of the late 19th century. The movement ultimately didn't achieve all its goals. The People's Party disbanded in the early 20th century, and many members joined the Democratic Party. The lasting legacy of populism. The populist movement left a lasting legacy. It demonstrated that the ordinary people could organize and challenge the power of elites. It also helped shape the progressive movement of the early 20th century. The populist movement was a phenomenon driven by numerous factors, including economic hardship, labor issues, social injustice, and political corruption. It was also shaped by unique historical context of the late 19th century. While the movement may not have achieved all its goals, it left an enduring mark on American politics and society.